This your first time here?
Yeah.
This is you've seen the dyno room, right?
No.
On the videos, old videos.
Oh,
you'll see
I
it. It's like hex lighting, and
Yeah?
it's got like super nice like wind tunnels, so it simulates like actually driving on the highway.
Yeah, check out the wing on that bitch.
What is this? It is an Escort.
Password, Escort.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so throttle body's a little caught, the throttle body cable, and we're trying to free it up. We think it's coming from right there, just so then we have the most amount of freedom in the throttle body. Right now, we're on the dyno because we're trying to figure out the idle situation. It's not as consistent as we want it to be, so that's why we're here.
I can't even sit in it. I need a book. What is this? Pro race. Pro baby.
We gotta I'm lowering the pressure because I know last time we were on here we had to really lower it because this thing just spins on the dyno. So we're trying 12 psi.
I can't pull it down enough with just ignition timing. It's out too much.
We found it! We found where it needs to be. Alright, so we just tried doing a dyno pull at certain RPMs. It would kind of have a little bit of breakup, and we tried adding fuel to it to give it more, I guess even out the misfire, and it wasn't responding to the wideband, so we think we have a dead sensor. But also we looked, and the connector that goes to the harness for the ECU was melted, so here's what that looked like.
Yeah.
See that? And so that makes the contact here, but obviously it wasn't holding the contact, so maybe that must have had some damage to it. But also, just to be safe, we're going to replace the sensor and then replace the connector with a fresh one. Shout out to Tito for going to Summit to grab it real quick. But fresh connector, fresh sensor, and then we'll hopefully have a wideband reading now. So see how straight that is, and then it starts getting... But I've never replaced the sensor before, and I've been here 3 years. Roman says he's surprised that this has lasted that long.
Castaways. We are.
That was so loud.
You catching that? How you feeling?
Wet, soaking wet, stinky.
This thing, like I said, this stuff feel pretty good.
So this is my car.
Yeah.
This is my car.
Alright, that's my car. Alright.
There's one in the corner. That's my car. Yeah, that hurricane's not mine. The hurricane's not mine.
good, and then just make sure that it's running as it did.
All right guys, what's up? We are back from Art of Assembly. Car came off the dyno healthy. Obviously you guys seen we changed some sensors and we were able to get the idle happy. Car made a little over 600 horsepower to the wheel and we are stoked. The Golen engine is healthy, but I don't think I've really spoke much on YouTube about the actual livery. So let's go through a few details on like kind of walking you through our mindset of this livery, and then we'll jump into some JZX90 updates. All right, so this is the new livery for those who haven't seen it on Instagram. Let's see, make sure my focus is good for Tito out here. Starting off in the back, we decided to go with the black back. We felt that this was aggressive and Dad was stoked because we could clean it, right? We didn't have to have a white back. We didn't have to keep it super healthy. Obviously these bumpers fall off all the time and the black vinyl just worked really, really well. We have it on hand often so we can kind of patch it up and not need super expensive wrap materials for the rear bumper. Yeah, so obviously on the passenger side of the car, all the graphics are reversed. For those who ask kind of why the graphics are reversed, for me personally, obviously it's a Japan inspired move, but it is for balance, right? So everything technically is balanced in the weight of the graphics. Sometimes, for example, with the BC Racing, if we were to run it, you know, BC Racing versus the BC Racing, the graphics just placed differently. So this way, from the driver's side to the passenger side, everything is placed balanced. Moving on, the front end of this car is Blueberry from Innosatech. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Innosatech. This is like a blurple, dude, so it fits me really well because obviously purples and blues are our thing. So this seems to like really have a lot of metallic in it, and frick, it looks good, dude. I love how this thing looks. So again, we're still debating on the hood. I don't know if you guys on the Instagram have seen, but basically we spoke about splashing this with big graphics or maybe just wrapping it all in the Blueberry. So we're still trying to decide if we're going to cover up Sabon's carbon or not. On this car, Sabon has helped us with the hood. These doors are actually all carbon and the hatch is all carbon. So I would say this 144 graphic you guys have seen on some of our new shirts. It's kind of like a relaunch, rebrand, kind of a seasonal moment, but I really enjoy Austin, our graphic designer, threw this like logo together and I thought it looked super sick. So we got a new colorway inspired by Deechworks. So basically one of our partners, Deechworks, we were able to incorporate some orange and show them some love through this livery. I really enjoy having those type of reasons, right? Like you guys seen the neon yellow prior, and then we've got the orange. Who knows where we'll go next. Some details on this, Innosatech, Blueberry, and then this fades into a printed wrap. So for us, it's like 144's Print House and Race Studio, we offer these options. So you could fully print a wrap or you could use some raw material with graphics over it. So this livery in particular has both options in it. So pretty technical, but we do this because we're here to kind of promote what we can offer. So that's why we did it. All right, dude, the 57 CRs. So this is probably one of the most exciting updates for me personally. Obviously, I've been on the RPF1 for literally my entire career. My contract has expired with Inke, and it was just a fun time for me to get creative and toss something else at the car. Connected with Anna at Fitment Industries, and she was able to support us. These wheels, I think, came as a surprise to a lot of people because they've never seen the car not on RPF ones, but obviously me trying to be as creative as I can, I'm super stoked for this. So I feel like I got some fresh shoes on, you know what I mean? Some fresh Nikes. But yeah, so enough about the 240. Let's dive into the JZX90. My boys finally fucking around with the shit I've been waiting on for how many months?
Like 4 months.
4 months for these.
15 millimeters wider front fenders.
For the JZX90. Check this out. Pretty good fitment. So yeah, like Adrian was mentioning, ordering parts for the JZX90 has been ridiculous, right? Like you order something, you pay for it, and you wait infinite amount of time with very little knowledge of where it is and when it's coming, and then it just shows up. So we've been waiting on some front fenders ever since we put the FDF kit on the JZX90. Obviously the track width changed, the wheels and the offsets changed, and of course, the fenders needed to change. We finally have those in-house now. We're working on installing them, and this is where we wanted to bring you guys up to speed. So in next week's episode, we're gonna watch the JZX90 get front fenders, wrap the front fenders in the Inozatec Midnight Purple, finally put this thing on the ground and go drift in the backyard as we have a rear end in the car that I wanna tell you more about later. We're about to leave that all right there, get back to work, and continue the progress on the JZX90. So we'll see you guys in next week's edit. JZX90 is done.